Evening, people. I'm back. So, tonight, round 3 of the Super Formula League, hosted by P1RC. We are live from Fuji International Speedway tonight with the little chicane. Again, Stuey Mac tributes continue tonight. So we're going to have another slow lap. We've got P1RC, head honcho of P1RC boss, P1RC Baggy 76 in the room. He is actually driving an M4 safety car at the minute. That's the car he's going to lead us around in. So let's go and find him. Where is he? Oh, he's in the pits. Okay. So that's what he'll be driving tonight. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Oh, won't let me move. No. Okay. Yeah, so Baggy's going to do a lap of honour in that tonight before the start of the race, or before qualifying. I'm not quite sure how they've got this one laid out. CJ, evening mate, how you doing? Yeah, I just saw you try to get in the room, but fortunately I think it's jam-packed. Is it 15 or 16 drivers? There's still a space, CJ. Unless we're waiting for another person, but it might be P1 Don. I think P1 Don's gone to get a livery, so don't join. Otherwise you'll ruin it. Cool. Yeah, I know you've got a bit of backlog to catch up with. I'll let you crack on with that, mate. But thanks for stopping in. Chuck a little thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. So yes, okay, in the minis, yes, Luke Doherty. So Luke Doherty just popping up in the PlayStation chat there. I don't know if any of you were watching the Ford Focus race literally 10 minutes ago. Luke Doherty was in that one. There was a little bit of, I won't say unsavoury driving, but yeah. Let's just leave it at that. But between Luke Doherty and Cutler, sorry, Luke Doherty just saying darksmoka. I told Cutler I'll get him back tomorrow. That's in the minis. Already done, broski. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Thank you to the new subscriber. I don't know who that was. That must have happened during the Ford Focuses, but it's not popped up in my notification, so I don't know who you are. Sorry. But that's because you've got your profile on private, so I can't give you a shout out. But whoever you are, whoa, yeah, that's what you get. Okay, so yeah, we're doing a one lap for Stewie first by the look of it. We've got all drivers in the room now. P1 Gamer, evening, how you doing? Yeah, it's a bit of a wounder, mate, a bit of a wounder. I can imagine you'd wanted to get yourself on track. Especially being as... Did you get kicked out of the other lobby the other night? What race was that in? Got booted, didn't you? Right, okay, let's get ourselves on track then. So it does say race, but it's not actually going to be a race. So don't worry about grid order. This is just the tribute lap to the main man, Stuey Mac, being led by head honcho P1RC Baggy. some of the drivers practicing their starts and getting it a little bit wrong. These cars do pull off a bit quick. If the driver in front is not pulling away as quick as you can catch up pretty damn quick. But yeah, P1 Baggy going to lead us through. Forever P1 cunt. That's right. Yeah, I said it. Nice one, Bags. Most drivers rocking number 73 on their car as well, which is Stewie's old race number. Yeah, love hearts from CJ. May well see some hooning when they come across the line here as well. Yeah. Yes, Steve. So here comes the hooning. It's the drivers behind that get to hoon up until the line. Obviously the drivers behind, the drivers that have crossed the line don't get that option anymore. So these boys giving Stewie, oh, Ghost firing himself into the wall at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, doing the old burnouts, hooning around in respect of Stewie Mac, sadly passing this week. It's been a big dent in the P1 world, a great big dent, and I know the rest of the sim racing community's felt it as well. So yeah, big shout out to Baggy. I know he was close to you, mate. So tribute lap done. I think it's a 10-minute qualifying and then a 50-minute race. Alright, so let's go and have a quick check of race settings. So tyre wear times 8, fuel depletion times 3, mechanical damage is on light, so it will repair itself when they go round. Unlike the previous race you've just watched, which meant a trip to the pits. So yeah, just waiting for lobby host to set the room up. JPH, how you doing, brother? So I have set up a two things I've got to tell you about. There's the Stuey McCombie GoFundMe page, set up by Debbie Morrell. wife of Stephen, head honcho of P1. So get your wallet out, go give to the Stuey Mac Tribute Fund on GoFundMe. And if you want to help me out, I've just started myself a Buy Me a Coffee page. So literally you turn up on the page, and if you want to help me out, donate a little bit, then by all means do so. I'll put a link in the description. I think it is just buymeacoffee.com/darksmoka. I think that's about it. You'll know it's me. You'll see the logo. Well, yeah, I'm alright, mate. Let's see how you get on. Yes. So it is only going to be 10-minute qualifying and a 50-minute race. Right. Let me pull some points up for you lot. Let's see if I can get my code in my phone right first. Okay, so this is a team event. They are in teams of 2. Chasing me down, Billy. I'm slightly worried. Yes, it is a team event. We have got 7 teams in this one. We've got McLaren, Williams, Simtech, Jordan, Ferrari, Benetton and Tyrrell. I will run through current driver standings at the minute. So P1RC is leading the way after round 2 with 48 points. Dizzy in second with 33 points. Mocking Weeks in joint second actually with also 33 points. Dylan in 4th with 23 points. 5th is P1 Benny with 22 points. 6th is Job with 17. 7th is Ghost Drone with 14. 8th is Baggy with 13. 9th is Red GT with 12. 10th is Luke Doherty with 10. Joint 10th is Valium with also 10. 12th is Pilgrim Paddy with 9. Joint 12th is P1 Gamer Dad with 9. 14th is P1 Don with 8, and joint 14th is P1 Skippy with 8. So in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren are leading the way at the minute with 56 points, Williams second with 46 points, Simtech with 42 points, Jordan on 40 points, Ferrari on 36 points, Benetton on 23 points, and Tyrrell on 22 points. So that's current standings. It's just about to start the hot lappers. So Benny 125.3, but looks like he's picked up a penalty somewhere around with that one. Valium 138.9. Okay, Mocking Weeks going. Oh, no. Dizzy going fastest. 123.9 for Diz. Just being done by Dylan and Raul though. Raul gone for a 123.5. Dylan on a 123.8. Diz on 123.9. Purple sectors from him. Looking like a good lap from Diz. So Mocking Weeks in 4th, but just gets the final little chicane all wrong. Now breaks himself into that awkward little turn. Slots himself into the wall with that as well. Where was Dylan? What's his lap time looking like? So Luke Doherty might find this a bit of a challenge coming from... He's come from the Ford Focus straight into the Super Formulas. Totally different feeling car. I don't ban people. I don't think I do anyway. Yeah, I don't think it's going to allow you to put the link, Scraff. It doesn't like things like that. So Raul sticks in another 1:23.5, but not as quick as lap 2, 1:23.502. Dylan did go quicker, 1:23.889. Oh no, sorry, he was already in second, wasn't he? Dizzy 1:23.920 up into third. Mocking Weeks fourth. There's GT through that awkward hairpin chicane section into fifth, 1:24.1. Benny sixth, 1:24.1 for him. Coming into the pits though, whoa, way too hot. Looking to change out those tyres halfway through this quali. Valium, oh, doing the same, but getting it all wrong on the way into the pits. So Jarv 8th, running a bit slow, he's on an outlap. Ghost Realm in 9th. A little bit wide through there. P1 Don just been released, going for a fresh set of boots. Pilgrim in 11th, just being told. JPH has just been told not to finish last. In 12th. Baggy 13th, Doherty 14th, and Skippy 15th. So fresh set of tyres on for Raul. Can he get any quicker? Almost 0.4 of a second quicker than this man at the minute. He's also on an outlap, looking to go quicker. P1 Diz, again, he's coming for a fresh set of boots. A little bit slower this time, he is on a hot lap. Mocking Weeks also on a hot lap, putting in his best sector. Will he be able to jump P1 Diz? Can he keep the speed up? We did see him just get it wrong through there a couple of laps ago. Off-camber turns can be a little bit awkward. No. No, you can't, Billy. So, Mocking Weeks, unfortunately, not able to go quicker, 1:24.1. In the meantime, Reg GT's put in a stormer, 1:23.7, throws himself up into third position. What have we got? 2 minutes left. We've got drivers parked up at the exit of the hairpin. Who's that? P1 Pilgrim. Getting it all wrong through that awkward section as well. Tight turns, easy to put the power down a little bit too much on these cars. They are running the overtake function as well, which I do forget about quite a lot. It's not active during qualifying. Or maybe it is. Luke Doherty just used it all. Raul going even quicker, 1:22.6 then, just crosses the line, now 1 second quicker than P1 Diz. He's only got this lap to do it in. He has put a purple sector in. Let's see what the next sector time is. But Raul also gets a chance at another lap as well, so another purple sector for Dylan. Mocking Weeks, that's it for him. Diz has got it wrong. Reg GT's now parked up. Benny parked up. That's it, we're into the race. There's your grid order then. Raoul first, Dylan second, Mocking Weeks third, P1 Diz in fourth, Reg GT fifth, Benny in sixth. He won't get across the line before the race starts. Where were we? Benny sixth. Valium 7th, Jarv 8th, P1 Don 9th, Ghost Realm 10th, Pilgrim 11th, JPH 12th, Skippy 13th, Baggy 14th, and Luke Doherty at the back of the pack in 15th. Give me a different view, PlayStation. Damn you! So the lights are on, wait for those to go green. And they're away. It's not a great start by Skips. Luke Doherty having to take avoiding action to get past him already. Head down into this awkward turn one. Let's hope they all keep it clean through here. Oh, P1 Diz trying to take it tight down the inside, but everyone cleanly through there by the look of it. So out front, Raoul leading, hot on his tail is Dylan. A little bit of a gap then back to Mocking Weeks in third position. Benny sitting in fourth, Dizzy fifth, Valium in sixth, Jarv 72 seventh, Don in eighth. Don actually picking up a little bit of a penalty there. Jarv 72 trying to go down the inside of Valium, didn't quite work out for him. And then got compromised by P1 Don, who's just run wide. That slowed him right down. To find a safe way back on the track. That's put him all the way down in 14th position. The only driver behind him is Luke Doherty. Oh, P1 Don nearly losing the tail end there as well. So Raoul continues to lead. P1 Dylan slots himself into the slipstream. He's already down the inside. P1 Dylan slots himself down the inside at turn one. Can Raoul run it side by side into turn two? Yes, I think he can. He can't. P1 Dylan holds on to that one. Yeah, so they will have the overtake function to use. Raoul using none of it at the minute. P1 Dylan used the back quarter of his. Running himself a bit wide through there though. Curb off. Got to be careful you don't pick up a penalty cutting the track quite so much. There you go, picking up a big chunk of penalty then for Dylan. 1.4 seconds he's got to lose. So just loses a little bit of it down there. He's still got a second to lose. Half a second back is Raoul. I'm not sure what settings the penalties are on, Billy. Not sure at all. They are working though. So Mocking Weeks has been able to close up on these two a little bit with them battling it out, swapping positions. They're at it again already. Luke Doherty, sorry, why am I keep saying Luke? P1 Dylan. It's because it's a yellow car, that's why. So Raoul and Dylan side by side through there. Dylan just holds on to it. Still got 0.4 of a second penalty to lose. Mocking Weeks right into this fight now. Yeah, Mocking is a good driver. Very consistent. Unfortunately, it seems to get taken out or picks up damage. Luckily, it's only on in light in these lobbies, so it does repair itself. He's still hanging on to the tailpipes of Raoul. Raoul still piling the pressure on Dylan in front. Dylan's lost his penalty now, so not got to worry about that anymore. He's just got to worry about the attacking Raoul. Still half a second between Rowell and between Rowell and Mockin. Able to pull away a little bit using the toe from P1 Dillon in front. They are side by side again, heading down into turn 1. P1 Rowell looks like he's won out this time though. Has up into top spot. Dillon second. Still nothing in it between them. Let's go and have a see what's going on elsewhere. P1 Diz in 4th and only 1.2 seconds back. Another 1.5 back is Benny. Valium in 6th position, being hounded by Reg GT. You've got Ghost Realm Gaming not that far back either. Into 8th. JPH 9th. 2.1 back from Ghost Realm. Jarv 72 in 10th. There's a bit of pressure from Baggy. Just over half a second between those two. Skippy in 12th. He's got Luke Doherty only 1.5 seconds back. There's another second back to P1 Pilgrim. Don, unfortunately, 15 seconds down at the minute. Not enjoying tonight by the look of it then, P1 Don. Rowell continues to lead. Dillon still looking for a way by. These two have pretty much been battling it out since word go. Dillon does get himself up the inside, almost loses the rear end of that car. So on with Rowell then as we look back at the attacking P1 Dillon. Mocking Weeks taking advantage slightly, able to close the gap up. P1 Don's left the room now, that's a shame. So Dillon losing a bit of time to Rowell, that's put him under pressure from Mocking Weeks behind. Again, it's just allowing P1 Diz to close right back up on them. Stretching out a 10th here or there is Rowell. So into this final turn, big long straight coming up. He's already pretty much out of slipstream range. Not quite, just getting a slight toe is Dillon. Dragging Mocking Weeks with him. Mocking Weeks might be able to make a move into the first turn if he's close enough. Not quite, he's lost a bit of time himself. So Mocking Weeks is another half a second back still. But again, it's just brought P1 Diz into this fight. There's only 2.5 seconds between the top 4. P1 Benny, another 3 seconds back in 5th. Reg GT looking to close that gap up. 2.2 seconds behind. Ghost Realm in 7th, Valium 8th. Reg GT taking a long way around that corner. That's allowed Ghost Realm to close right up, second between them now. And dragging P1 Valium with him, but less than a second between them two as well. 2.5 seconds back to JPH 99. Jarv 72, 10th, another 5.5 seconds back. Still got Baggy only, he's 2 seconds down now, lost a bit of time through that awkward section. Skippy 12th, Luke Doherty 13th, and Pilgrim Paddy now 14th. Picked up a penalty as Pilgrim. Putting that pressure on Luke Doherty though, he wants that position back. Luke's struggling in these super formulas tonight after the Ford Focuses. So Rowell now 1.4 seconds, he's managed to break the toe. P1 Dillon still under threat from Mocking Weeks, 3/4 of a second between them, but Dizzy's right there, still only half a second back. Benny losing a bit more time, another second and a half. What's happened to Reg GT? Reg GT's got it all wrong. So he's now being overtaken by Ghost Realm Valium. Yeah, so must have had a bit of an off. Oh, Valium's just done exactly that. Spun it up on the rear. That's allowed Reg GT back through. Valium's got it back on track, but he's lost another position. JPH has managed to sneak through into 8th. So 10 minutes in. Jar 72 been in, fresh set of boots for him, back out in 11th. Gone out on a set of medium tyres. Full tank of fuel as well for him. Drifting it around the final turn. A couple of other drivers in the pits as well. So Luke Doherty then held on to that 13th. Pilgrim Paddy now way off that fight, 4.7 seconds down. So Raoul starts extending then, 2.7 second his lead. Dylan holding on to second. Mocking Weeks having to go defensive from Diz. So still only a second between himself and Dylan. 1.2 just extending there, but there's nothing in it between Diz and Mocking. I don't know why that is, Billy. It seems pretty stable here. Closing in then, Diz. Using that toe. Did he use any overtake function? I didn't see it. Side by side as they head down into turn 1. Mocking Weeks backs out of that. Slots himself into 4th. Mocking Weeks still got a big pile of overtake function to use. Could be, Billy. Yeah, it could be. You sure it's not? It's not you just losing. It's not. You know. It's not losing the stream, just losing yourself for a minute. So Raoul then continues to extend, 3.6 seconds out front. P1 Dylan in second. Dizzy's got himself up into 3rd, slotted himself past Mocking Weeks. Mocking got plenty of fuel on board, plenty of overtake as well. Into the pits now by the looks of it. Scrape of the wall on the way in. Dylan also in the pits. Then he comes through, he's stopping out. So where does he slot back out? He comes out in 4th, just ahead of Mocking Weeks. Sandwiched in between Dylan and Mocking. Those two just coming out of the pits. Benny yet to stop. So Mocking's come out on a fresh set of soft tyres, taking on board no fuel. Racing hards to racing softs. I don't think super softs are available in this one. So Reg GT 6 came in quite early, fresh set of racing softs for him. JPH yet to stop, coming under pressure from P1 Valium, just losing his penalty into that corner. Luckily he didn't smash into the back of JPH. Baggy's in 9th, 9.4 seconds back. Ghost Realm Gaming been in the pits, he's now 4 seconds back from Bags. Jar 72 pit in 11th. Luke Doherty yet to pit in 12th. More penalty for Luke. Pilgrim 13th. Again, yet to stop for Pilgrim. And Luke Doherty parked up at the side of the track in 14th. So there might have been a bit of contact between Pilgrim and Luke. Not too sure. Raoul then starting to properly run away with this one. 4 seconds lead he's got on worn softs. Dizzy also yet to stop on worn softs. Dylan has stopped, got himself back up into 3rd. Hold on, what's happened here? Dizzy's managed to get himself. Oh no, sorry, it was Benny. Mocking Weeks has got himself past Benny, that's what's happened. And little purple sector from Mocking Weeks as well. So he's nearly 11 seconds down from race leader, but he hasn't got a pit stop in hand. So will we see Raoul in this lap? No, he stops out for another one. Dizzy also follows him through, decides not to stop. Dylan has stopped, he's now in towing range of Dizzy in front. And Dizzy does come in. Purple lap there for Dylan as well, 1:22.920. But then just sneaking, and Mocking Weeks just takes that off him with the 1:22.896. So looking to close that gap up, 9.8 seconds between himself and race leader. Again, race leader has got to stop. Dylan's picked himself up a 2nd penalty as well. He's looking to close that gap up on race leader Raoul. 6.2 second lead he's got currently. Yet to stop though. There's no pit windows in this one, Billy. So Dylan trying to lose that penalty. Mocking Weeks looking to close that gap up. 2.8 seconds the gap between those two. Dizzy in 4th. Benny yet to stop in 5th. Under pressure from Reg GT, who has stopped a few laps ago. So do we see Raoul in this lap? Does he stop out again? Looks like he's coming in. So race leader into the pits. Oh, big chunk of barrier on the way in. P1 Dylan then almost lost his penalty. He will regain the lead of the race. Mocking Weeks, he comes through to take 2nd. P1 Diz is going to take 3rd. Raoul should just about hang on to 4th. GT coming at full race pace. He will close the gap up. Raoul holds it into turn 1. Slots himself back into 4th. Then Reg GT 2.5 seconds back in 5th. So a bit of work for Raoul to do now. Dylan then 3.3 second lead over 2nd place Mockin. So does he another 4.3 seconds back? Raoul 2.3 seconds back from him. That puts him a full 9.8 seconds back from race leader. Did who take fuel? Raoul. Yes, Raoul took on board fuel. About 1/4 of a tank, I think. Maybe just over. Maybe half a tank. These drivers haven't taken on board fuel. But Raoul did. GT also didn't take on board fuel. JPH up into 6th, yet to stop again though, big chunk of penalty. Also being hounded by P1 Valium. Also got a big chunk of penalty. Valium's been in the pits though. JPH is going to be under threat here. Trying to slot down the inside into turn 1. He's got himself up the inside. So up into 6th for Valium. JPH into 7th. Again, yet to stop Benny stopped now then, comes back out in 8th. Ghost Realm stopped a few laps ago, 9th. Baggy still out on the worn softs in 10th. Jarve on the mediums in 11th. Pilgrim in 12th on the worn mediums. Skippy on a fresh set of mediums in 13th. Luke Doherty doesn't care about his tyres in 14th. Okay. Not quite sure what happened there, but looks like he's left the room. He has. Fired himself into pit wall. So Mocking Weeks unable to close that gap. 3.2 seconds still between himself and Dylan. Darren, evening. How you doing, brother? Dizzy into 3rd then, 4.6 seconds back. So Raoul still losing a bit of time actually to the front runners, now 10.1 seconds back from Mockin and Dylan. Well, he's only 7 seconds back from Mockin, but he was only 9 seconds back from Dylan, now 10. So he keeps that 3.2 seconds between himself and Mockin. Yeah, I'm alright, cheers. I'm alright. Dizzy 3rd, Raoul 4th, Reg GT still 5th. So under no threat at the minute, 12 seconds behind to Valium. He's got a bit of wear on those softs though, starting to run out of fuel for Reg GT, did stop quite early. Benny has not long been in, so into 6th, being hounded by Valium, who's on a worn out set of softs. JPH, you can't run those to the end. What are you doing? Stop it. Struggling around those turns now. Is he trying to run it to fuel? It's costing him time. Looks like he's stopping out for another one. JPH. Ghost Realm Gaming has been in a few laps ago. Close that gap up down here. JPH goes a little bit defensive. Ghost Realm Game is going to have to run it around the outside if he wants it. JPH just carrying a little bit too much speed though. Nearly losing the tail end through turn 1. Again, good driving from Ghost Realm. Just holds onto it around the outside. Keeps it next to JPH and slots it up the inside into the next turn. So over to 8th for Ghost Realm. JPH now 9th. Baggy Snails, not Baggy Snails anymore, P1RC, another 10.5 seconds back in 10th. Jarve 3 seconds back in 11th. Pilgrim now 28 seconds back in 12th. Skippy hot on his tail for that position. Fresh set of racing mediums, freshish set of racing mediums for Skippy. 3/4 of a second back from Pilgrim. Keep an eye on that fight. Closes right up through there. Pilgrim getting it all wrong. Skippy slots it down the inside to take 12th. Looks like Pilgrim's just dropping his penalty off the racing line as well. So that allows Skippy to take the position. So race leader Dylan has not managed to extend. Mocking Weeks has kept him perfectly in check. Still 3.1, 3.2 seconds. Diz still 4.1 back, and Raoul still 1.5 seconds back. So almost 9 seconds back from race leader still. He'll be wanting that time to come down a lot quicker than it is. He's doing a good job of holding on to the wear on that set of softs. Dylan comes in the pits now then, 26 minutes remaining. Why didn't that go to Mocking Weeks? There he is. So stops out there, Mocking Weeks. It's that 3.7 second gap between himself and Diz. Diz actually making up 0.3 of a second on that lap. So Raul back, he's come past pit exits into third, Dylan fourth. 8 seconds back from rival Raul though now. Now 13 seconds back from race lead. Under no threat from behind, 12.5 seconds over to Benny. GT's closed that gap right up though. He's out on another set of fresh super softs, taking on about half a tank of fuel, a quarter of a tank of fuel as well. So he's looking to put the pressure on P1 Benny. P1 Benny's tyres starting to look a little bit beaten up. So it could be on here for Reg GT. Now towards this little awkward hairpin. Just to get himself in a good position to try and make the move on Benny down the start-finish straight. Loses a bit of time, its gap's up to a second between them two. But P1 Reg GT gets a great drive out of the corner. Closing up on Benny already. A little bit far back though, I don't think he's going to be quite within range to make a tack into turn one. No, nowhere near, the gap coming down, not anywhere near quick enough. He does close up under braking though. Again, the fresher tyres are going to benefit him. P1 Benny's going to be struggling around some of these turns. So we'll just stick with P1 Reg GT. Look how quickly close this gap up. There's that throttle through there. 0.7 of a second between them. Gap to half a second. All over Benny's rear wing, slips it up the inside, then Benny's tyres just causing him to struggle. So he has to slot himself back into 6. I don't think there was a lot he could do about that. Reg GT's tyres were just way too fresh for you to make a move on him. Losing time through those last couple of turns. Still within slipstream range. Closing the gap back up. You can see he's just slowly closing in on Reg GT. Might even go for a late lunge into turn one. He does, slingshots himself past. Back up into 5th then for Benny. It's a great move. On the warm tyres as well. Putting the pressure on Reg GT. Get ourselves back up front, see what's happening. Dizzy then holding race lead, 1.3 seconds. Raul up into 2nd, Dylan 3rd, Mocking Weeks 4th. So both of these drivers coming for another set of boots. 4 seconds in front to Raul. Raul only got 1.2 to Dizzy. Starting to struggle. We're just starting to kick in on Raul's car. So Dylan 3.8 seconds back. What's happening here? Dizzy goes into the pits then, Mocking Weeks using Pilgrim Paddy for a bit of a tow. And why not? So now looks to go down the inside. Back up into 3rd for Mocking. Not that that was a position change. Dizzy in the pits, that does put it back up into 3rd. Dizzy back out of the pits then in 4th. He's got Reg GT and Benny piling down that start-finish straight, looking to close up on him. Benny's really starting to struggle on those tyres now. Reg GT all over the back end of the German. got a mirror full of that. So down the inside now, then down towards the hairpin. GT, a little bit of contact between them, but I would have said Reg GT had the inside line there. So back up into 5th for Reg, Benny 6th, Ghost Realm 7th. Still under a bit of pressure from Valiant behind, only 1.5 seconds. Just losing a bit of time there though. JPH 9th, 5.2 seconds back. Jarv's another 9.9 seconds back on the fresh set of softs. Baggy also on a pretty fresh set of softs as well, but 8.2 seconds back from Jarv. Skippy's nearly 15 seconds back in 12th. Not doing too bad tonight, Skips. And then Pilgrim, another 5.9 seconds back. So he's been able to close that gap back up on the Australian driver in front. So Raoul takes the lead of the race with the pit stops. Again, he's yet to take his second stop. So Dylan's only 1.1 seconds behind him. Joachim Weeks has closed a little bit of that time down, 4.8 seconds, it was 5.1. He's got to get past the Skippy back marker. I think Skippy's just hanging it out of the way, letting Joachim Weeks come through almost. Yeah. Loses Mock in a tiny bit of time there, the gap at 5.2 seconds. 5.3 as he just comes around that final turn. Big handful of overtake then from P1 Dylan. Raoul's just starting to use his as well, but this is allowing P1 Dylan to close the gap up, less than a second between those two. Mocking Weeks, yeah, losing another 0.3. So Dylan able to take advantage of the toe off Raoul in front, just extend that lead from Mockin. Yeah, I know how it gets people, mate. It gets me like that. But while we've been chatting, Dylan all over the rear end of P1 Raoul. He'll be looking to get that position before Raoul comes in the pits. Raoul comes in now, though, I think. Does he? No, he doesn't. Stops out. He just slotted himself over to the right-hand side to go a little bit defensive. Side by side into turn 1 then. Oh, wrong way. So Dylan slots himself past Raoul, gets himself up into P1. Now can he start making a break from Raoul on those fresher tyres? There's not a lot in them really. It'd surprise me if you saw Dylan come in at the same time as Raoul. Try and cover off that attack. Benefit because he's not going to take on quite as much fuel in the pits, but he's already starting to pull a little bit of a gap from second place man now on those worn softs. Mocking Weeks, so pulled a bit of time back, 4 seconds on second place. He's actually gained a little bit on first as well. I say that, it's just jumped back up to 5.2 seconds. So just struggles around those couple of turns there, loses a couple of tenths. So Dizzy 4th, but 12 seconds back. He is on a lot fresher set of tyres, probably running to the end on those. 16 minutes remaining, over half a tank of fuel as well. HGT into 5th, comfortably past Benny now. Okay, so Raoul is in the pits this lap. Trying to lose that penalty though, Reg GT, 0.5 of a second left to go. Looks pits though, take on board fuel, fresh set of tyres. This will be his final stint. So Dylan stays out. 15.5 minutes remaining. He's got a 5-second lead over second place Mocking Weeks. Dizzy has got himself up into third, has he? Just. Raul comes back out of the pits, has to slot himself right in behind that third place position of Dizzy's. Hold on to fourth. He would have liked to have been past him. So Reg GT drops that penalty then, so he's into full attack mode. Run until the end of the race, possibly taking on a little bit more fuel than he needed for Reg GT. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough, mate. That's something you'll have to deal with offline, I think. So Dylan comes into the pits now. Mocking Weeks stops out. So he will have to take another stop, will Mocking Weeks. He might be able to start just taking a bit of a break and start pulling away from the drivers behind. What has he got? Time 12, might be about 13 seconds by the time Dylan's up to speed. No, 12.6 seconds. And he's still got a driver between himself and closest rival Raul at the minute. There's only a second between them, but oh, it wasn't Pilgrim Paddy between them, but he just gets himself out of the way. So nothing between second and third now, no back marker. 1.3 seconds between Raul and Dylan. So both drivers on fresh tyres. Dylan holding a little bit more fuel than Raul. This will be on till the end of the race. Mocking Weeks then losing a bit of time, 12.1 second lead he's got. Not coming in either this lap. But he's losing time to those drivers behind. 11.5 seconds the gap. Dylan able to keep the gap between himself and Raul. Still at 1.3. Cool. See you later, Luke. Hope you have a better one tomorrow night, mate. So Dizzy still holding on to fourth. Got half a tank, slightly worn softs. Still hanging on to that fourth position. It's a good drive from him tonight. Reg GT also doing well. Hanging on to fifth. Fresh set of boots for him. Don't forget to vote for driver of the day, people. That is entirely up to you lot. So get your comments out. Who do you think should take driver of the day? Who's driven the best? Who's, you know, stuck at it? Who's spun around 15 times and still racing? That kind of stuff. It's not always about race leader. JPH Gage getting a great big scrape on as he comes in the pits. So I would expect everybody to be finishing the race on what they've got on now, apart from Mocking Weeks. So he's lost another second. He is coming into the pits this lap though. And this will, not a great entrance. So Dylan comes past the entrance now, closely followed by P1 Raul. Also coming through, but it's not 100% guaranteed yet. Let's just see where Mocking Weeks does come out. So released now, under no threat from fifth position. 36 seconds down is Reg GT. And now Mocking Weeks with 11 minutes left on the clock. Big chunk of overtake used on the out lap. He is now 5.2 seconds off of race lead. 2.6 seconds from nearest rival P1 Diz in third. Fresh set of boots, half a tank. Get to it, Mocking. Dylan stopped a couple of laps ago on slightly worn softs. Was carrying an awful lot more fuel as well. But He's in first at the minute. He's still being chased pretty closely by Raoul. He's managed to get that gap down to, it was just less than a second, but it's just extended over again. So Dizzy still third, 2.1 seconds back. Mock-in. Yeah, he just struggles through that little section there, I think. Loses a bit of time, actually, on that section. 6.1 seconds back from race leader now. Unfortunately, he's nowhere near slipstream range for Dizzy in front. But he should be running quicker on those fresher tyres. Okay, so Dizzy comes in, Mock-in does get himself back up into third. Dylan and Raoul should be running till the end of the race on what they've got on board. So Mock-in still 4.8 seconds back from that fight, but purple sectors must be listening. Dizzy back out the pits in fourth then. Still plenty of gap between himself and Reg GT, 12.6 seconds, but now 9.3 seconds off of that fight with the top three. So Reg in fifth, Benny sixth. Again running till the end. Ghost Realm not long been in for a fresh set of softs, also just under half a tank. Sitting in seventh at the minute. Jarv 72 in 8th, 12.4 seconds back. Valium all over his rear end, looking for that 8th position into turn 1. Can he get him down towards turn 2? Jarv holding it pretty defensive. Carrying the speed well through there, both drivers. Valium looks like he's going to have this position down towards the hairpin. Tighter line through there, doesn't carry as much speed. Still less than half a second between them though. Can he close up down this straight? Not enough. Oh, nearly loses the rear end as well. JPH in 10th, closing up on these two with that fresh set of tyres on his car. A lucky stripe livery. Baggy in 11th. Lonely race for Bags, 28 seconds in front to JPH, 20 seconds back to P1 Pilgrim in 12th, and then Skippy, another 23 seconds back. So race leader Dylan holds on to it, still got a second, 1.1 over second place Raoul. These drivers got about a quarter of a tank of the overtake function left as well. Mock-in Weeks, he's got about an 1/8 of a tank, he's used a fair chunk more. He's closed that gap up on Raoul though, 3.6 seconds. He's got the gap between himself and first down to 5 as well. Another purple lap for him on 22.2 on the previous. They do gain points for pole, fastest lap and driver of the day. That's why it's important for you lot to vote for driver of the day. Reg GT just getting himself past back marker Pilgrim. Pilgrim will be able to use the toe though. And unlap himself from that 5th place driver. Reg GT should be able to slingshot himself back round into turn 1 maybe. Looks like P1 Pilgrim just slowed down and let Reg GT through, or got it wrong into turn 1, outbraked himself. Benny's still 6th, but now 5.1 seconds back. A little bit of a penalty to lose as well. Ghost Realm, a little bit of a boring race for him at the minute, 12 seconds either side in 7th. Valiant way past Jarv. Jarv's picked up a penalty somewhere, he's got a fresh set of boots on as well. This is his out lap. Okay. 6 minutes remaining. Dylan still in charge of this one. Only just Raoul chopping a couple of tenths out of him. Closing that gap up as well. 0.8 of a second between them. Mock-in Weeks now 4.9 seconds back from race leader. So under 6 minutes remaining. Yeah, big gap starting to develop. It's only pretty tight near the front. Okay, so we are going to have to see Baggy stop, I think. He's not got enough fuel on board for 5 minutes. Just hangs it out of the way. That's the faster driver come through. I expect we're going to see Baggy in the pits this lap. That should keep him in 11th, but it will put him under a bit of pressure from Pilgrim. But Pilgrim's got to come in himself for fuel. Skippy's still rolling around at the back of the pack, unfortunately. Dylan's picked a 1.1 second penalty. He's managed to extend and gain those 2 tenths back from Raoul, though. Got the gap to over a second again. Drops a big chunk of his penalty through there as well. This is all allowing Mocking Weeks to close back up a little bit. So he's got 4.2 between himself and race leader, now 3.2 between himself and second place. Everything to play for here for Mocking tonight then. So Dizzy looks like he's going to finish 4th place. He's just under no real threat, 19 seconds back to 5th place Red GT, not without a mistake anyway. So a little bit of a lonely one for Reg as well. He's got Benny 3.9 seconds back. We're starting to kick on those tyres again for Benny. Ghost Trail again, losing a bit of time to Benny. He's coming under increased threat from Valium. Dropped a second gap between those two. JPH now 1.4 seconds back from Valium as well. Fresh set of tyres, fresh air set of tyres. Let's see if we can do anything with those. So Jar 72, 9 seconds back from JPH, 30 seconds behind to Baggy. He's not come in, Bags. He's going to come in this lap, he'll have no choice. He's the only driver I've not seen clatter into the wall. Skippy coming around those final couple of turns, got himself past Pilgrim. Got a penalty to lose though. So Pilgrim did come in, fresh set of tyres, took on a little chunk of fuel as well. So Pilgrim, looking to run around the outside, he's gone massively wide through the final turn. Should be able to get this position back off Skippy. Big pile of overtake function down the inside using the slipstream. Thank you very much, Pilgrim. Skippy, I'll have that position, thank you. No, I lie. I don't lie. Pilgrim getting it all wrong into turn 1 allows Skippy to keep that place. Allows Pilgrim to keep that place, apologies. Right, we are going to see another lap after this. P1 Dylan still leading a second over Raoul. Tyres looking very similar. Mocking Weeks has closed this gap up. He's now 3 seconds between himself and race leader. 2 laps to do it. Everything to play for Mocking. He's in the better position. He's got the slightly better tyre. He's not got to worry about his fuel so much. Raoul into the red. Both drivers running out a little bit wide through there, Dylan especially. That's allowed Raoul to close that gap up to half a second. Mocking Weeks now 2.5 seconds back. Oh, blimey, I didn't know which key to press then. So it's going to be a tall order for Mocking Weeks, but he's closing in. Raoul's just got it a little bit wrong through there. So there might be a position on the cards, even if he can't get first. There's now 1.4 seconds between himself and second place. He's been chopping big chunks of time out of those drivers in front as well. Skippy trying to back off. Didn't work out for him. Right, so we are into final lap, 15 seconds remaining. Mocking Weeks, 2.4 seconds back from race leader. I don't think he's going to be able to do it on that. I don't think he's going to be able to get round, to be perfectly honest. So it's all or nothing for Raoul as well. Absolute fumes by the time he comes in as Raoul. Maybe the batteries in the bionic foot not quite working tonight. 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second between himself and that first place position. Final corner to go. It's looking good for Dylan. Comfortable through there. So Raoul is getting a tow. It's going to be close. Oh, great driving, great driving. Top three really close at the end. So Dylan taking the win by 0.121 second over second place Raoul. There's only 1.3 between themselves and Mocking at the end of that one. He was only 1.5 seconds back. He wanted 2 more laps. That's what he wanted. So we'll run through positions, being as they were obviously the last few to cross the line. Right, so Dylan taking the win. Raoul second, Mocking Weeks third. Great bit of driving between those three. Diz not doing too bad. He was a few seconds back by the end of it. But holding on to fourth. Bridge GT fifth. P1 Benny 6th, Ghost Realm 7th, JPH 99 in 8th, Jarv 72 in 9th, Valium 10th, Baggy in 11th, Pilgrim 12th, Skippy in 13th, somebody in 14th. Who was that that left the room early? Who left the room? Who left the room? I forget. And then Luke Doherty in 15th, also leaving the room early. So that was round 3 of the Super Formulas from P1RC, boys. Oh, that's me streaming done for tonight. It's been a long one tonight. So I'm sure there'll be some controversy in the chat. We'll find out in a second. Right, so that was round 3, live from Fuji International Speedway. Back tomorrow, back next week at 9 PM for this one as well. Coming up over the next week, we've got tomorrow night at 8:30 the minis, finals of the minis tomorrow from Goodwood. So the come on, get your words out. The Focuses, the Ford Focuses you've seen earlier tonight. That's the same track they'll be racing on tomorrow night, 8:30. Tuesday, is that starting yet? I don't know whether that's starting yet. There might be a Focus League on Tuesdays for Next Gen. Again, if that is starting, that'll be 8:30. 8:30 on Wednesdays, the finals of the GR3 League as well. Team Oliver Racing, hosted by MRC. Thursday, we've got the Beetle League starting up with the P1 boys. That'll be 9 PM. It's the GR3 Beetles, so that'll be good. And then back next Sunday, 8 PM for the Tanso Ford Focus League, and then 9 PM for the Super Formula League. Busy, busy, busy. I have got some races coming up on a Saturday afternoon as well for some Americans. But until they send me more details, I can't give you details. But that will be sort of 3:30, 3 o'clock-ish on a Saturday afternoon. Don't give me your Nico Hulkenberg. Oh, there's a whole comment before it. Okay. Yeah, that was quite a decent drive there, JPH. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right, so you know what's coming up. Minis at 8:30 tomorrow. Possibly focuses on Tuesday at 8:30 as well, because I've forgotten if that's this week or not. 8:30 for the finals of the GR3 League. Thursdays 9 o'clock for the Beatles. Sundays 8 o'clock for the Focuses by Tanso. 9 o'clock for the P1 Super Formula League. God damn, I need someone else to read all this stuff out. Other than that, give it a like, give it a subscribe. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.